Hi, Ken and Rod. This is Alex. I just wanted to present to you a few thoughts about the LDS language channels, specifically regarding storing backups of the like creating green screen files and backing them up. Um, I personally don't feel like it's necessary, but I ultimately want to do whatever you want to do. But I just wanted to share with you some of my thoughts. So to start off here, what I see as the primary goal of these language channels is to share the gospel with tens of millions of people through YouTube, Google search, Facebook, via sharing highlight videos on Facebook groups, tagging people so their friends and family and converts, and everyone can be strengthened and see them. I ultimately think that this project would entail over the next, you know, 5 years or 10 years, publishing 10,000 to 50,000 video clips in 50 plus languages. On Prepare to Serve, to put that in perspective, we have published, I think, more than 12,000 video clips, but this would be more since we're doing it in much more languages. Simplicity really helps us to go fast. There's a lot that it takes a lot of small steps to that are involved in coordinating and getting people in here and editing and backing up and uploading and sharing out all of the videos. So the simpler we can have the process be, the faster we can go without our brains getting confused with all the files that are floating around everywhere. Um, and the faster we'll be able to achieve the goals of reaching millions of people and publishing lots and lots of videos. I feel like this project is a little bit like juggling. There's a lot of moving parts in order to organize thousands of volunteers to produce and share 10,000 to 50,000 videos. Anyway, so for the green screen, I can only think of one pro to having a green screen background. It just gives us the background, the option, if we ever want to be able to go back with a video editor and change the background of the video. It gives us that optionality. I've done a lot of testing with Prepare to Serve, uploading videos with all sorts of different backgrounds. And I had tried with green screen doing like more colorful, different pictures of different places, but I didn't see any difference in the viewership as far as a background that just had a generic background and a background that had different pictures. It would take maybe 2 or 3 times the amount of work to have a different background that was more custom to the location. But at least through video reach on YouTube, I didn't see a noticeable difference. And that's why I ultimately ended up scrapping it with our Prepare to Serve videos and just doing a generic background because made it seemed like twice as efficient. So it'd take us half the time to produce. And it seemed more important to produce twice the amount of videos that were simpler but would still have the same reach than to do half the amount of videos that are a little bit more varied, if that makes sense. Some of the cons to doing the green screen backups. So let's say like yesterday was incredibly busy. I was here at the office until about 10:30, and I just the computer was still doing processing when I left for home, and there's still more processing to do on the computer, which is a pretty decked out 2017 iMac. But when you're writing about 40 or so 4K videos um, in a day, that's already quite a bit of work. By doing the green screen in the background, that means instead of exporting 40 4K video files, that we'd have to export 80 4K video files. It adds an additional step of work. The step of work isn't that much. The human work isn't that much. But when you have to do a process an additional 40 times and then wait for, if you're writing 40 files, that could take a couple hours of extra compute time. If there's a few hours of 4K video files that are being written, or a couple hours. Anyway, I believe that if I think it could be a bottleneck. Like if we're trying to go at full speed, like I have been this week, I think if we have to keep on exporting the green screen, it could act a little bit as like a bottleneck to reduce our speed and could decrease our project productivity, like the amount of videos and volunteers that come through. The amount of videos we produce by 10 to 30% is my estimate. Also, another it would require twice the amount of hard drives. And I was thinking, so as far as maintaining optionality, as far as being able to do cool projects with the content in the future, really we could still do mashups. We could still use the videos for other purposes. The only thing that would be different would be that we wouldn't have the ability to put in any background that we'd like to. But I also think if there's ever any clip, mashup, or any other kinds of clips that are specific, that we have a specific use case for or purpose for, I don't think it would be any more work probably to just go ahead and take a day and record those clips that we want for a specific purpose, rather than to go through 10,000 green screen video files and try to repurpose that content. I think it would take just as long to go through and edit old content that we've already created than to create new content. It's such a fast process. It has to be a fast process, else we wouldn't be able to pump out the thousands of video files. And I think also if we have specific project ideas in mind or use cases, that it would be the best to we'd get exactly what we wanted if we went in recording the clips with exactly that purpose in mind. Anyway, so in essence, I going at the speed we're going at, which is pretty fast. I'm trying to see if I can reach. I'm planning on reaching the goal, the deliverable of 200 volunteers having been recorded by the 30th of September. I think we just hit 100 volunteers yesterday, so it means we're about halfway in that goal, and it's going to be crazy busy the next month and a half to record and bring in 100 volunteers and record 300 to 700 videos and share them out, etc. It would reduce, I think, a lot of work for me and for anyone who comes in my footsteps hereafter, to eliminate the step of exporting an additional file per video of a green screen backup. It would effectively halve the amount of computing processing power of the computer, and it would simplify the process. I think it would make it a lot easier to move faster. And I think in my mind, if we go back a slide, it would be more important in my mind to move faster and to try to achieve these two bullet point goals at the top of sharing the gospel with tens of millions of people and publishing more than 10,000 videos in 50 plus languages. And I think anything we can do to reduce the friction, and the green screen thing, though it isn't a lot of human friction, like it's not a ton of human work to do those, it does significantly increase the amount of work the computer has to do, which makes the process go slower, which makes it harder to keep up the pace if we're going at the fast pace that I think we should go at in order to make the difference I think this project could make. So anyway, the project's going great. Yesterday was extremely busy. We recorded about 40 videos. Super excited. Just trying to keep on top of everything without getting too far behind. And if it's okay with you, I would love to going ahead and not have to make the green screen backups. That said, I'm willing to do it if you'd like to. I just think that if we were to do it, it would make more sense in my mind to have like a very specific use case in mind. And I honestly think that there would be a better way. It would be very easy for us we're pumping out, say 10 to 50 videos a day. So if there's videos we need for a specific purpose, I think it would be easier just to create those videos the way we want them to be than to have a video editor go back and spend lots of time to do all of the settings just right. And with social media as well, it's my perception that a lot of the details as far as the backgrounds and everything else aren't, like, video quality and technique isn't as important as the actual content itself. I think it's important that the audio quality be super good, and I think ours is good, but I don't think it's super important, for example, that the videos are shot in 4K or that have the perfect white balance, though I've been trying to do that because we can, and it doesn't add that much work to it. And I think if we can do it the best quality possible, then why not? Anyway, those are just some thoughts. If you could let me know today, I've got a big stack of videos. I've got about 50 videos that we've edited and exported in edited version, but I haven't exported in green screen version. And before I can clear up the desktop and edit all the other files without things getting a little too messy, I would need to export a green screen version, backup, etc. Anyway, feel free to let me know if that is okay with you, if we just create backups on Prepare to Serve videos, just so you know. I actually don't make any backups of the Prepare to Serve videos. I've just been relying on YouTube for the last like 5 years, and I've never had an issue with the 12,000 plus videos that we've uploaded. From what I understand, YouTube stores the 4K resolution file and about a half dozen other resolution files on multiple servers in different locations. And so I think their system that they have is redundant already for storage. On top of that, though, we are creating a two backups of each 4K video file. So I mean, this is a lot more backup storage than I would do with my own Prepare to Serve project baby, that I've been working on for the last 5 years. And so I feel like that's even going above and beyond to make a double backup. But originally I mentioned that to Rod, how if we want to make sure we don't lose the video files, then it probably would be prudent to have a double backup. That way, if one of the hard drive fails or one of the folders goes missing, we don't have to run this really time-consuming process of data recovery. Yeah, and then the green screen is just like another thing I threw in there at the beginning of this project because I wanted to mention, how we'd be stuck with our videos the way that they are, the way that I create them. We wouldn't have a lot of flexibility as far as changing backgrounds. But I really feel like in this project where we're creating tens of thousands of videos in dozens of languages, I don't think perfection is the goal. I think doing our best job is the goal, and just like a lot of work. I think with the strategy that I'm using, that I'm pretty confident can make a really big difference with reaching a lot of people. I think it makes more sense to go at a faster pace, produce more videos, and to remove the one step of exporting green screen videos and backing them up. Anyway, if you can just let me know if that is okay with you, if you could let me know today what your decision is. If you feel good about that, then I will not make green screen backups from here on out, and that will just help us to maintain the speed that we are traveling at. Anyway, thank you so much, and I hope you guys have an awesome day. Thanks. Bye bye.